Joe, he said, got to pay $1,500 to live here. So let me find me a $1,500 a month apartment. I'm a simple man. When I quit my job and moved overseas back in 2018, I didn't change into some, look at me, international jet setter. I just changed neighborhoods, countries too, I guess. But I kept doing the same stuff, the same money-saving stuff that I always did. I rented the cheapest places, I walked everywhere, I took public transportation just like everyone else did. I would ride the jeepney or the tricycles, and I still do. Back home in the US, living like that, I was able to survive on my own in some of the biggest cities like New York and Seattle, Nashville, and others. But I was only able to survive. Now, living overseas like I do now, well, with this lower cost of living, I'm actually thriving. I'm eating better, living better, and for the first time in my entire life, I'm doing something I was never able to do in the US. No matter how hard I tried, I was never able to build my wealth. But now, I am. Welcome to Vietnam. I am back in Saigon. Yes, possibly my most favorite city that I've ever been to or lived in. And it's really nice. You see this big building right here? That building is actually a hotel. Can you imagine a hotel that big? Now, you see this small building right here, and I can point to it. That one, behind those trees. Guess what that is? That's a hotel. This is what fascinates me about Saigon. Saigon has that diversity going on. You have this beautiful, beautiful building right here, right? And then look right next to it. Wow. Across the street? Wow. It's very diverse here. You can stay here in the city very inexpensively. You could stay here in this beautiful big hotel or stay somewhere inexpensively. Well, I think it depends on, one, how much money you have, but two, what are you going to do there? Are you there to impress somebody, or are you like me traveling by yourself? There's nobody to impress, so it's a good time to save money. So here in Saigon, I actually stay at a hostel. If you don't know what that is, it's very inexpensive accommodations, spelled like a hotel, but with an S, Hostel. I've stayed in these places my entire life because they're very inexpensive. And as you can see, I'm not there. I'm out walking around. I'm enjoying my day. I'm not hanging out there. There's no swimming pool. There's no luxuries to really enjoy there. They do have Wi-Fi. There's a desk area. There's a sitting area. There's a place to wash your clothes. Do everything that you would do at home. And that's how I consider a hostel. It's like staying home. It's not like going to some luxurious resort. So anyway, I highly recommend that you look into hostels, even if you want a private room. A lot of hostels have private rooms. Most of them have their own private bathroom. If you don't know it, I'm known for living in the Philippines very nicely, very comfortably in my own place for $250 per month, all in, total cost of living, eating out every day, grabbing my food from the local eateries. It's a really nice life, and a lot of people can't believe that I can live on such a low amount of money. But really, if you think about it, it's a matter of your choices, just like what we talked about. Where are you going to spend your money? You're basically getting the same thing. If you're looking for a place to sleep at night, are you going to spend all of your money in one night to sleep at a big luxurious hotel? or are you going to get a place where you can stay for an entire month for the same price? It's up to you. Me, I'm going to save my money. I like my money in the bank, not in someone else's pockets, bottom line. So that's one way that I save money. I am always looking for the least expensive place to live. It's my number one thing, but I say that because I've been without a vehicle for probably 20 years or more, because I realized a long time ago that a vehicle was an unnecessary expense. And what I mean by that is that as a guy who moves around a lot, I simply needed to make sure wherever I moved to that I was living somewhere that I could walk to whatever I needed to walk to, or get public transportation. But even public transportation isn't the cure-all, because some public transportation, quite frankly, sucks. And I think the worst public transportation I've seen, well, probably in my hometown, Mansfield, Ohio, but as far as a metropolitan area, I would say California. It's not very good. So be careful where you go for that public transportation. The best public transportation I've found is actually in the Philippines. You can go anywhere you want. You can live out in the middle of nowhere and still get around. It's quite fascinating there. Second to that, I would say New York City. New York City is set up for public transportation. In fact, people that live in the city, if they have a car, it not only costs a lot to have a car, but for storage. So you're better off without one if you're trying to reduce your cost of living for whatever reason. You just don't want to waste money. Maybe you're a multimillionaire, but you just don't like wasting money. Hello. That's the type of people who become multimillionaires. People who don't waste their money. So I suggest, number one, which I did a long time ago, and obviously I'm still alive, got rid of the vehicle. But of course, that comes with other decisions. Like I said, you have to be convenient where you can walk to things and also have good public transportation. 2, look for the cheapest places to live. And a lot of people will be like, oh, but I can't live in a shithole, right? Neither can I. And in fact, I've rented shitholes. Why? Because they're so cheap. You know how easy it is to fix up a shithole? It's easy. We get some paint. I rented a place. I got to tell you about this. I rented a place, 2 bedrooms, and the floor looked atrocious. It was in Seattle, Washington, in the University District. And the floor hadn't been done in years. It was like gray, not stained anymore. It was really trashy. The walls, they didn't look good either. So what did I do? Of course, I painted the walls. That fixed that. But what did I do to that floor? Do you know that stain that has the polyurethane in it? Oh my God. This was like one of my most brilliant cheap fixers ever. I took those floors, I ran sandpaper over them really fast, by hand, because I wasn't like going crazy about it. I just ran sandpaper over it by hand, and I used that polyurethane stain in the exact same color that used to be on the floor, which was honey oak. Oh my God. Those floors, my friend, looked brand new. I kid you not. I ended up, and this is another way that I save money, I ended up taking the living room, separating it into its own room, and the 2 bedrooms, I rented out. I lived there for free. So there are definitely ways to live inexpensively. You got to make those decisions. Don't just assume, oh, well, Joe, he said got to pay $1,500 to live here, so let me find me a $1,500 a month apartment. Don't live like that. Whatever Joe said, just like debunk his theory. I debunked a lot of people's theory in the Philippines. Everyone's saying, oh, it costs at least $2,000 a month to live here. Well, not only do I debunk their theory, but so does the Filipino Statistics Authority, that says that families of four, for the most part, live on $500 US per month in the Philippines. So the fact that I can live on $250 per month as a single person is not really all that spectacular. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you and let you know how much I love this city. Oh my God, it's fantastic. Beautiful place. People are very friendly. I don't have any problems with English. This is not a country that speaks English as much as the Philippines, but as long as you go somewhere that they can speak English, which is here, you do pretty good. And sometimes people look at you, their eyes are glossing over, and you know they're only understanding half of what you're saying. But otherwise, no, it's pretty good. So I'm headed across this street here. Then I'm going to make a left turn and go to the coffee shop. I spend my days in the coffee shop working on the screenplay. Now, as you may know, I have a big, huge announcement coming up, and I am avoiding telling you that news completely, but you definitely want to, if you haven't subscribe to this channel and hit that all notification bell, because if you don't hit that all notification bell, YouTube doesn't send you sometimes any notifications at all when somebody uploads a video that you've subscribed to. Not telling you anything more. I don't want to give away the big secret about what's coming. It's coming very fast. Very, very fast. All right, so I will see you soon, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.